Okay, good afternoon everyone and welcome to our second micro teaching session where we will be looking at marketing and your business with a focus on the power of the customer. So today we're going to spend some time focusing on the customer, why are customers important to your business. I know it's the first time some of you all are meeting one another, so just to break the ice, we'll do a quick exercise. Prior to beginning, I gave each one of you all a task. So we're going to do it now. After 4, we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... some significance there. Nicole, your song was? ABC's Val, Baba Black Sheep, and Nelly and Anne.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. So what did you notice about that exercise?
The rhythm.
Exactly. Even though the words were different, they all had the same rhythm. And this sometimes is applied even in our business. So we are going to look at it. What we'll be covering today basically is to understand the power of customers in your business and looking at identifying how marketing can build customer loyalty in your business. It's important that we understand that. And we'll be also looking at something called the marketing mix and why is that important for your business. All of us in here are familiar with the term marketing. So what do we believe marketing is? And what? When you say you are marketing a business, what do you say, Lalit?
Letting your prospective customers know about your business.
Letting your prospective customers know about your business. Anyone else?
Products and services.
And your products and services, definitely. And it's important that we understand this concept. When we think of marketing and why we need to market our business, we are really looking at how do we position our products or even services in the mind of customers so that they will want to do what? They will want to purchase. They will want to come in and purchase your products and services and of course make a profit. We all know too well sometimes people come into your business, they may wander around and then they leave. We must know the reason why they just came in, wandered around and leave. We want them to purchase. Because why? If a business does not make what? It will fail. Profit. And that is the success factor in a business. The profitability of that business. Now we begin to look at the customers. And always remember, your customers are your most valuable asset in a business. Customers value the way you make them feel. And it's important for us to remember that. Your experience with a customer does not only begin when they come into your establishment. Sometimes that begins even before. And in this era, especially with COVID, etc., we have a lot of telephone business, a lot of online business happening. If, for instance, we say that we have something online, do customers experience issues when they come online, they can't get onto your service, etc.? So the customer experience begins at the first point of contact with your business and it ends with you following up. And you have to look at all the different elements in there. So don't just say, well, we have a nice building and when they come, we treat them good. No, it's even before that. The responses that other persons say about your business is also important. So it's critical that we understand it's about an experience. And some business will tell you that they sell you an experience. So that experience, as simple as it might sound, sometimes you come in there and a person just greets you with a smile and you may be having a rough day and that is able to break down all defenses and you are able to communicate with your customers. And of course, it's about how do we add value to what we do. How do we add value to what we do? So we're going to do a simple exercise. We're going to use Val's business. Val is going to do what we call a chow business. And a chow is just a fusion of different fruits. So in your groups, Nicola and Val will be one group, and then Deling and Anne will be another group. Think of ways that Val can add value to her chow business, especially when you look at what is happening with other business, her competitors in the market. What can Val do differently that will attract customers to come into her business? So take a few minutes, discuss it, and then we'll come back. And really think of how you can be creative in doing sometimes simple things to get the customers into your business. And that is very important and a valuable lesson to me. Okay, so we come back. So before I take your answers, I just want to give you a demonstration of how this can be done. When you look at it, this is probably what we call a traditional barber shop. What do you think this barber can do to add value so that persons will be willing to come into this establishment?
He can paint it.
A coat of paint. A coat of paint works wonders. And what else can be done? Fix the yard, cut the grass, some simple things that can be done to add. Better signage, of course. So we can use a better signage here so that the customers can know and they will feel, that need and desire to go in there. As opposed to this, now look at the transformation. And this person would have spent time analyzing what their customers need. Just by the little football chair. You know that he's catering for male who love to watch football on a Saturday morning and they're looking for a retreat. So how can you get them away in that regard? So let's hear from Val Business. Nicole, who's presenting?
All right. So we have packaging.
Right.
What
about the packaging?
Rather than using the bag, you can offer a nice container so that you can travel with it.
Sure, of course.
Then we have a different mix based on the choice of the customers. Rather than just doing a show, we ask the customers what they want and everything.
Sure.
We have samples.
Definitely, yes.
And delivery.
Delivery, okay. All right. Wonderful. Nalin?
We also have creative packaging. Rather than just the local fruits, we can experiment also with foreign fruits. For example, mango chow, but you also have apple chow. And third one, we have information online.
Online
You go
information.
online and order your chow.
Definitely. Give us a round of applause. So Val, you're getting some good ideas here. Now, this all falls under what we call the marketing mix. And it's important that you understand this. There are 7 elements of it. We won't be able to go into detail of each 7 elements today. But just to go through quickly, so that you understand, we have the product. So of course the product must be able to stand on its own, and in this instance it is straw, and that is using a variety of fruits to make this blend. So of course your product must be a quality product. And persons, I always say, persons will pay for quality. So it's important that you establish a good quality product. And your price must be competitive. At the same time, you will not underprice yourself. You will be able to work out your costing. You will be able to explore the prices of your competitors, what the other competitors are. And then you are able to marry it with your product or whatever you may add to it to be able to come with a price. Your place, the actual place in terms of where this business will be running. Will persons be attracted? Is the environment safe? What can be done to ensure that the price is conducive? Your whole promotional package. And promotion is not only advertising. Remember we spoke about that customer experience. That's how you make them feel. So where do you promote? Are you going to be visible online? Are you going to be offline? And almost a part of promotion, people. And I want to stress this in really, really important. People are an important component. We'll talk about that in a bit. You need to understand the way you make people feel. Sometimes persons will come to your establishment just because of the way you make them feel. And it's important that we understand that concept. The process, so the entire process of getting the product together, from moving to the point of packaging and getting to the actual customer, how is that process going to happen? And the physical evidence, as we were talking about, when they come in, what can they smell, what do they see, what can they touch, those are the important components. This is important, not as a standalone option, but as a blended option, where persons understand you use different elements and you vary it based on the actual product that you're putting out there. And it comes back to where you are able to add value, and it also comes back to that overall customer experience. We must be able to manage our customer experience because there's power in having customers and having loyal customers. At the end of the day, this is supposed to allow you to create loyal customers, persons who are returning. So, it's important that we understand our customers, as was discussed before, and sometimes we go through the process of developing a profile of the customer. And this will require us to do some things. What are the demographics of the customers? So are we going to, are they all going to be male or female? Will more women buy than men? What will be the salary of the persons who are coming? What will be the age range of the persons who are coming? This is going to help you to identify your target market. So for instance, we know that chow is a popular thing among school children. So if it is that you realize that your biggest demographics will be children of a school age, then you will begin to target that particular population. And then you are able to adjust your product to suit. However, if it is a more adult audience, then you will be able to vary. So your target market is important to identify your segment. And your segment in your market really means in terms of, are you going to sell your product to a more, for instance, a more affluent community because they will have more disposable income, or is it going to be a lower price so you are able to target a wider range of persons who will buy but they may not have as much disposable income. So it's important that we understand your market segment, and how you position your product will be a combination of these. So you may have, and we see some products having it, they may have a higher end product that, for instance, they will sell in massively. And then you may have a slightly lower end product that might be able to sell in people based on the product that you are developed and based on the market that you are targeting. So quickly, just discuss in your groups who will your customers be, and then we'll be able to begin wrapping up the session. So think of it in this way. Is it going to be male, young men, more ladies if you will buy? They are going to be more in Point 14 in the village, etc. And you know, if you're using fancy packaging, then that's not for school children. Right? So your packaging also will be for school children based on what you are doing in that regard. All right, so let's hear from you quickly as we begin to wrap up. Val?
Yeah. All right, so what we were looking at is categorizing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of trying to offer for not just adults or children, but to cater for everybody.
Right.
But we are looking at children during a particular hour because we know we want to cater for the school children during the time that they're on the road and stuff. And then in terms of the adults, we have both male and female, but we're looking to cater for those who are working as well.
Sure.
As those who, you have the line ones as well, so
Sure.
you cater for both parties.
All right, wonderful. So, the link, 30 seconds.
We went a little further in that we said that we have a local, something in Trinidad we call rum shop.
Okay, right.
And we always want something spicy or something salty.
Of course, yes.
So we make a certain brand
Yes.
show for the rum Trinidad.
Okay.
So we drop alcohol in it.
Alcohol infused straw, you know, a lot of places do like that. Yes, definitely.
Those specials only by the rum shop.
Like those, exactly, places. Wonderful. So, just to recap, remind you that again, when you're looking at it, the power of the customer, it's about the way you make them feel, it's about that customer experience, it's about marketing to them, positioning your product in that right market, and using your marketing to develop that blend that will be relevant to customers. So thank you very much for attending this session today. Look out for the next session, and there is refreshments
But
available.
before we close, what about consistency of the
And
product?
important, it's important that we are consistent in what we do. And consistency will tie with your quality to ensure that you maintain a standard each and every time. Okay, thanks for that, Nicole. Wonderful. Round of applause. There's refreshment available, so feel free. Have a wonderful afternoon.